Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be working on JJ today. That faulty throttle position sensor that I had several months back when I had my check engine light to come on. We're going to be replacing that today, so let's get to it. So that plug that's white with the two orange wires, maybe one's orange, one's red, that's the throttle position sensor, and I want to take that off now, and I want to replace that with a new one and see if that gets rid of my problem. Socket size to take out the throttle position sensor is a T20. I started out with the wrong size, ended up finding the right size, and worked out much better. If you own a 97 model Jeep TJ, there's something you need to know about the throttle position sensors. There's two different model sensors for the 1997 model TJ. The first sensor goes up until July of 97, and the second plug type, this is the part that's different, where it plugs into the harness, starts in August and goes up, I guess, until 2006. I guess it's the same plug. Anyway, I looked at Rock Auto and went to O'Reilly's here locally because I wanted this today, and I ordered or went and picked up this throttle position sensor right here. I told them, I said, I need a August to current throttle position sensor. They went and got it, and lo and behold, it had the wrong plug. So I told them to go get me one that was July and earlier. They did, and it had the correct plug, which is the one I have in my hand. I thought I had ordered correctly over the counter, so I went to the website Rock Auto when I got back home, and their information is right backwards. They say this one is from August to current, and the other one is up until July. So anyway, make sure you look at your plug before you go pick one up and know which plug connector that you need, because the first one I got was wrong, and now I have the correct one, and this is one we're fixing to put in. So the throttle position sensor comes with a new O-ring gasket, and you will have to reuse your bolts. Alright, so this throttle position sensor has to be put in kind of at a little bit of an angle. Like, I mean, not squared up with the bolt holes. Had to be turned. Mine had to be turned towards the passenger side just a little bit, like that. And then you'll just twist it back and put your bolts in. So, yep. So my check engine light with the throttle position sensor hasn't come on in a while. I've reset it probably 3 times since the video I made of the check engine light, and it's been running pretty good. But what it has done in the last few mornings is giving it throttle coming out of the driveway and easing off the clutch. It's like the throttle don't respond when it's cold, and when it does respond, it's like it's all at once. And I know my throttle position sensor was bad, so I thought I'd go ahead and try this fix and see if that was actually it. I paid more and got this at my local parts house. One reason I did, lifetime warranty. I can change this thing out in about 10 minutes, and if it goes bad, I just go over here in town and get another one. So that's the install done. Okay, got everything installed, ready to test out. Okay, time for a test ride. So the reason I changed this sensor out was because last couple of mornings it acted like the Jeep did not want to take the gas after backing out of the garage and starting off in first gear. And then when you give it enough gas that it did take it, it was just like a big lurch forward, like a big jump forward. And all the time since I've had the Jeep and it's throwed that code up, like easing up, gathering speed in first gear, it's like it's not a steady smooth gain. It's like it's pulsating, and it'll finally gain out, and you don't notice it in the higher gears. Lower gears will be the only place you would actually notice that. So that's what I'm fixing to go out here and test right now and see if it got rid of that. If it did, I'll know it's fixed. Okay, so I just started the engine and it is idling at 2,000 RPMs, which is not normal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the computer. I've had it to do this before, and it's actually coming down on its own. It's gradually dropping. So it never did drop down to where it used to be at. I want to take this battery cable off and let the computer reset. Check engine. Okay, it did drop down that time to where it's supposed to. My check engine light came on because it had a problem. So that's going to be a throttle position sensor, I guarantee you, code. Let me kill it, start it again. Okay, that is normal. That is how it used to do before. Let me clear this code real quick. I know it's going to be a throttle position sensor code. Let me get my... Before I clear that code, I'm going to clear the code with the computer. I'm going to take this back off one more time. Now that it knows where 800 is at, I'm expecting this to fix the problem. And if it starts out at 2,000 RPMs again, I'll have to clear the codes. I expect the check engine light to come on. Yep, there it goes. Throttle position sensor. I'm going to erase that code. Alright, check engine lights off, erase done. Now let me start it and hope that it don't have high idle. I'm going to roll the key all the way off and start from 0. And it does. I want to drive it down the road and see if it might learn a little bit. It's been a couple of days now. It didn't work. The throttle position sensor was bad. Had to take it back to O'Reilly's where I purchased this from, and they didn't have any more. So it's been a few days because I ordered one on Amazon, and the one I got on Amazon is this one right here. It's the NTK. I believe it's supposed to be a more premium brand throttle position sensor, and everything about it is the same except the gasket is different. And it also comes with new hardware, which is extremely nice because my bolts are kind of worn out. I guess people has changed it before, so I'm not going to bore you with the install. It's going to be just like the last one, and then we'll try this one out when I get this one installed and see if it fares any better than the last one we put in. So I didn't mention this, the symptoms of the new one being bad was the high idle that I showed y'all in the video. Check engine light started popping on like within 10 seconds every time I tried to drive it down the road. Engine was cutting out, just being real bad, misbehaved. And so now I have the new one in, and let's get in here and see if it acts any better than the last new one I put in. I have not test fired it yet. I did reset the battery already before trying to crank it. All right, that's perfect. No working on it at all. It just works. Okay guys, I'm going to stop here and try to do a smooth acceleration test to see if it got rid of my jerkiness. And it did it in second and third gear. Well, I can say that totally fixed it. It has never been that smooth. I reset the computer, and man, it is it's doing what it's supposed to do now. It's not doing that kind of pulsating throttle that I was getting before, and it's always done that since I had the Jeep, and I changed the fuel injectors and everything. Didn't really know what it was, and then my check engine light came on that one time and told me that it was a throttle position sensor. Well guys, the sensor was a success. It works, and it works well just like it's supposed to, so that's the problem solved. It just took me a little longer to get it fixed than it should have had because the first part I put on was bad. I thank y'all for stopping by today and watching. If you hadn't already and you're still watching, please give the video a thumbs up. If you hadn't subscribed, please consider subscribing, and remember, I've got the link to the product down in the description, and it should be a little information box at the top right corner of the screen if you're on a computer or a smartphone. Navy, what are you doing? Girl, you want to stick?